So you could say that boxing actually saved your life. You feel?
I feel so because I don't know where I would be without boxing. I don't know how overweight I'd be. I don't know how much bullying I would have copped because obviously bullying is crazy and a lot of unfortunate people take their lives from it. So who knows where my road would have taken me, my life would have played out. But I'm in a great position right now to be where I'm at, and obviously in a position to give awareness to bullying and to help other people because I know it's a big factor. A lot of people see that this guy. A lot of people think I'm arrogant or too cocky, but it's just pure confidence. And when people remember, they go, "Man, you're just a humble guy, man. You're just a cool, humble guy."
You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo, who shot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're familiar with the channel, sometimes we talk about things that doesn't have to do with boxing. Even though that I always say that boxing translates to life itself, there's things that we talk about, spiritual enlightenment. We talk about culture, we talk about race, we talk about sexism, we talk about mental illness. And on this video, I want to touch base on bullying. Of course, y'all already know I look at these fighters as modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. The sacrifices these warriors have to make just so they could perform, just so they could do what they do, is incredible. It's incredible. I have a lot of respect for these warriors, And sometimes we want to know what makes these warriors go. What make them be the type of humans that they're groomed to be or molded to be. And sometimes most of these fighters, like we know, Mike Tyson, bullying, him getting bullied have really, molded him to be the fighter that he was when he was younger. George Kambosos Jr., who's on the thumbnail, I did an interview with him last year, and he was and I asked him, what made you fight? What made you step inside a gym and things of that nature? He said he was talking about bullying. He was an overweight kid and things of that nature. And of course, we know in society a lot of overweight kid has been bullied.
I was a bully kid, so I fell into boxing. My father took me to boxing to purely help, obviously, the bullying and help my footy career. And all of a sudden, I just fell in love with the sport, man. I love the sport, and instead of footy, I said, "Look, I want to be a fighter. I want all this."
Because I heard Mike Tyson talking about bullying and how bullying it still carries him for the rest of his life. He
Mm.
still dictate his whatever he does in life, his maneuvers, the people that he meet. He always have that being bullied mentality. Does that
Yeah,
carry with you your whole
look,
life?
I love Mike Tyson. I'm even wearing Mike Tyson right now. But
That's
I
a cool
love I
shirt.
love Iron Mike, and obviously I'm looking forward to him fighting Roy Jones, another legend. But yeah, you have that burning desire. That's why when obviously people are going to say things, they're going to say, "Well, you shouldn't be fighting Lopez, or you're not going to beat Lopez." Well, I've heard it all already. I mean, I've been as a young kid, hearing negative things. So, you just use that as fuel. That's your fuel. That's your burning desire inside of you to prove people wrong. Like you said, not many people thought I was going to beat Lee Sorby. Not many people thought I was going to beat Mickey Bay. And even when I was fighting in Australia, a lot of people didn't think I was going to beat certain guys. But yeah, man, I proved them wrong. I'm not meant to be here. I'm not meant to be in the position I am right now. Definitely not. People say, "Man, you're a talented fighter. You move so well. Your speed is unbelievable. Your footwork is unbelievable. Your boxing IQ is unbelievable." But this is just hard work. This was no talent. I'm telling you now, I was an overweight kid that struggled to run laps around an oval. This is just pure hard work, dedication, and sacrifice and belief.
This and there's this different type of bullying, and I think this is something that we really should talk about. And for the parents out there, I'm a father, man. One of the most scariest thing that I could think of is if man, my kids go to school, they're getting bullied. They're getting bullied just by one person or group of people. How to step in as a parent. Man, I feel like I'll beat them little rascals up, but that's one of the scariest things when they can't defend themselves. And even if you want to teach your kid how to defend himself, sometimes not every kid could be a fighter. Not every kid want to be a fighter. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I think this is, certain fighters, they walked into a gym and they become great at what they do, because what happened in their past, them coming up, them being as a child, what they had to go through in their neighborhood, in school, or things of that nature. And I think that we should bring awareness sometimes. not sometimes, but whenever we get the whenever we get the chance. I know it's a boxing channel, this is a boxing community, and of course sometimes people don't want to touch subjects like I may touch it, but you know, I think it does a good service for people that's listening, youth, parents, adults. Some people are not even aware that they could be bullying somebody and things of that nature. You feel me? And sometimes there's kids that they grow up and bullying is just a regular thing. But let me tell you something about bullying. Bullying breeds killers, but it also breeds suicidal victims as well. You know, and what you see like a Mike Tyson, that's all bullying right there, right? But that doesn't mean that he does everything great inside the ring. But what about outside the ring? You heard Mike Tyson once said that I still think of that little bully that, as a man, that I still think that I could be taken advantage of, you know? And probably George Kambosos feels the same way. George Kambosos, as you know, October 17th defeated Teofimo Lopez in Madison Square Garden. A lot of people thought that he was going to lose. A lot of people thought that he had no chance. If y'all follow the channel, y'all already know, man. I said this guy's a dangerous guy. I even did a video that this guy's a dangerous guy. I even said that people need to stop talking about the four kings and things of that nature, and really, y'all better look after this dude because he's hungry. Y'all saw the training regimen. He was training like he was Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, the first fight. You feel me? He was in the dungeon. He kept on training and things of that nature. So shout out to George Kambosos for what a great performance out here in New York City versus Teofimo Lopez. And hopefully Teofimo Lopez, you know what I'm saying, get back into the rhythm of things in the 140-pound division. It'll be good. You know, these warriors take their losses. These little warriors take their losses outside of the sport of boxing, and these warriors take their wins and losses in front of everybody. You know, could be nerve-wracking. Could be, you know, it could be, you know, it's hard. You know, it's one thing losing when nobody's watching, but it's hard to lose when everybody watching. And then it's great when you're winning and a bunch of entities come around and things of that nature. But let's talk about, you know, bullying, how to stop the bullying, how to be aware of the bullying. Again, parents out there, stay relevant with your child. Ask the questions, because now we have the cyber bullies. Now we have the internet. You feel me? They could be on Instagram getting bullied, Facebook getting bullied, YouTube getting bullied, and things of that nature. In the sport of boxing, these power entities that you may be like, you could see like Bob Arum is an old man, and a lot of people is old, and Frank Warrens of the world, and a bunch of, and I'm not saying that they're bullying, but I could tell you this: shaming is a part of bullying as well. There's a lot of these fighters that be like, yo, take this deal or leave it. You don't want to fight? You ain't going to fight. All right, you ain't going to be on TV. You ain't going to take this money. They shame you to take this type of money. In the sport of boxing, I think it's a form of bullying. It's a form of bullying when there is a market out there for you, and they try. And one thing about the sport of boxing that these business handlers like to do is actually devalue, is make you feel like you need them. It's make you feel like your value is not what it is, and that's why we see purse bids in the sport of boxing. You know, look at George Kambosos. He was in a purse bid, and he got the money. He got money that he probably would have never gotten. If probably this would have never went to purse bid, he would have got what, like $200,000 for that fight. So when you overcome bullying, of course you got to fight your way through it. You know, mentally, physically, by people, adults that's gonna help you through it. And those that does the bullying need help as well. You feel me? You run into somebody, you know, bullies usually run to that guy that you keep on bullying, or that girl that you keep on bullying. They come right back at you, and like, again, bullies, yeah, it could breed killers, and we don't want that. You know, it could breed suicidal victims. We don't want that. I think bullying is a huge problem in society. It's a huge problem in society. Group bullying, individual person-to-person bullying, I think that needs to stop. And there's a lot of form of bullying, like I was saying. Boxing is a way of, you know, releasing that type of stress, and releasing that type of anger, and teaching you how to defend yourself. But at the end of the day, you don't always want to defend yourself physically, you know, because then you're gonna think that all your problems or any issues that is brought up to you, you're gonna handle it in a physical way. Yo, there could be a girl that's bullying you. When a girl takes you to family court, want to use your child to get you, right? That's a form of bullying. The government is bullying a bunch of fathers out there, man. All the fathers out there, y'all already know I'm an advocate for fatherhood. When you go to a family court and you see a whole bunch of line from here to the other, to around the corner, Man, all these guys, well, most of these guys are getting bullied. You feel me? It's a lot of form of bullying, and I think that we need to create the awareness. Look what we're doing right now. Look, I don't want to get this channel shut down, or look at what they doing with the vaccine. What you think that is? You're not gonna work unless if you get this. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to let you go to work or things of that nature. That shit is effed up, man. You can't go to a restaurant. So now a lot of people is taking the vaccine because they bully to take it. Because if they don't take it, then they're just going to be like a boring dude at home, not going to restaurants, not going to school, not going to a game, not going to Madison Square Garden. Think about it. A lot of people that went to watch these fights, especially in New York City, watch the Knicks game, they got to be vaccinated. A lot of people right now just getting vaccinated because they're bullied to get vaccinated. It's not even about the health. It's just that they will be unhealthy staying at home. They will be mental. It will be mental. Then we be talking about mental illness. Bully breeds mental illness. You feel me? If you bully for a long period of time, you become mentally ill as well. So right now in society, we're getting bullied. We're getting bullied out here. You know what I'm saying? We're getting bullied to take something that we don't know too much about. We're getting bullied out here, putting things in our body that we don't want in our body, you know? And I think it's up to us to fight, you know? And that's why I say that boxing translates to life itself, because we got to fight in the end of the day. Life is a 12-round bout. You feel me? There's going to be struggles. There's going to be adjustment needs to be made. There can't be no shortcuts in the sport of boxing. You know what happens when you take a shortcut in the sport of boxing? What happened? So it got to be preparation. Everything in life got to be preparation. That's why I love boxing, because a 12-round bout is like, it's like you could watch your life. You know what I'm saying? Some people get knocked down to get right back up. Everything is not about winning and losing, but it's how you win and how you lose. You know what I'm saying? It's how you win and how you lose. And I keep on saying that throughout my channel since I created the channel. Again, for the people out there that tend to want to bully somebody, it might come back at you in a rough way. You feel me? That doesn't make you a tougher guy or a tough woman and things of that nature. People like to talk about different types of epidemic or pandemic or drug. I think bully is one of the. Hey, people bully people that do drugs. People bully people to do drugs. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta fix that. We gotta come together and really fight this bullying in schools, in public schools, and in society, and neighbors, and in poverty. People, I'm gonna say it like this: is a bully. It's bully to even flaunt your money around poor people. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch that. You know, it's a bully. Like, yeah, you ain't this and I'm that. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. You can't be who I am. You can't go where I go. You know what I'm saying? So, shaming and bully is very bad, and you know, it creates other things. You know, a lot of things starts by bullying. You know, bullying into people. You know, it leads to rape. It leads to a lot of stuff. You know, feel like you got handcuffs and stuff like that. Society, look at the cops, law enforcement. We feel like, yo, living in the hood, in the urban areas, we feel like we always getting bullied by the cops, right? The cops get bullied by us in a way like, F that, man, we're gonna sell drugs outside, we're gonna play loud music, we don't give a damn, and the cops leave, and then we pump the music again, and we're doing whatever we gotta do, right? We bully the cops until like, hey, yo, to the limit, right? We push them all the way to the limit, and then what happens? What happens? They feel like we don't respect them, they don't respect us, and then things happen in the hood. You know how things happen. Then we pointing the fingers, you know? So it's time for us to really talk about bullying, create awareness, find a way to educate ourselves and stopping this, and come together as a society, come together as a community here in the sport of boxing. The sport of boxing, there's a lot of bullying. Again, I feel like there's a lot of women that's being bullied. Like, if you want to fight women, look at the Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor. So Amanda Serrano was going to be fighting for six figures, like low six figures by Katie Taylor, which we all know is probably the #1 best matchup in women boxing. One of the most decorated champions is Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, 7th division world champion, the lightweight undisputed, Olympic pedigree, and things of that nature, right? And then Jake Paul comes out of nowhere, comes into the sport of boxing and give the value where Amanda Serrano, the value that I believe that she has earned, and even if she's getting $1 million to perform versus Katie Taylor, even if Katie Taylor getting $1 million, I believe that these women deserve more than that. I think, and people gonna be like, where does it come from? It doesn't matter where the hell the $7 million for Michael Garcia when he fought Jesse Vargas came from. At the end of the day, man, and a lot of fighters out here getting bullied because, you know what I'm saying, it's a poor man's sport. You throw some crumbs at a dude that's hungry, he gonna be like, man, I'm gonna fight for that, but I know I'm worth more. But if I don't take this, then I'm not gonna be nowhere, you know? So I'd rather have $5 in my pocket than nothing in my pocket. You feel me? So that's what they do in the sport of boxing. So like I always say, man, let's give these fighters the benefit of the doubt, because the only people that's getting fucked in the sport of boxing are the fighters. The only one that's putting the type of risk in the sport of boxing are the fighters. This is why my channel, these are my modern day warriors, modern day gladiators. I don't know how you see these fighters. I see them as special human beings. I see them as superheroes. I see them as you know, them comic books, Iron Man and Captain. That's how I see fighters. And that's just me. I'm here to preserve the sport of boxing, preserve the fighters, and always give the fighter the benefit of the doubt. That doesn't mean we don't hold them accountable, but we give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say it like this: there's a lot of fighters out there also, man, that after their career, they got mental problems, they got substance abuse and things of that nature. Even though they was on top of the world, they fighters around their way. They Hercules. They could beat every man in the world. You know what I'm saying? But you know, a lot of people got problems, and a lot of things tend from when they was young. So be there for a young youth. Let's speak to them. Parents, be there for your kids. Stay in tune with them. Stay relevant with them. Ask questions every day. Don't let the school raise your kids. Don't let the neighborhood raise your kids. You understand? They're going to pick up a lot of things. They're going to go through things that they don't even want to tell you. Just remember you when you was a kid. You feel me? And this goes to boys and girls. You feel me? So let's do what we got to do. We the adults. The OG, the lifeline of an OG, man. There's no more OGs out there. So we got to be the OGs, man. I know there's kind of weird dudes on YouTube, but the real ones, y'all know who y'all are, man. We got a platform. We got a voice. Let's use it for the right reasons. Just trying to inspire, trying to grow with one another. And let's be men out here, man. We're running out of alpha males, and they need us out there, man. The street need alpha males. And these type of platform needed as well, because right now, all this stuff is perception right now. You understand? At the end of the day, this is reality, because just by YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all this bullying, things could happen. It could go bad for that person, self-inflicted, or they could do something to somebody. All right? So shout out to George Kambosos to becoming a champion. And it's unfortunate that you had to grow all that because of getting bullied. No child deserves to be bullied just to be who they are. You know, and I hope that, you know, he go back to and give back to the community and help out those other kids that's being bullied. Just like Mike Tyson. I mean, those are the symbol of people that's overcoming the bully. But just because they're champions, that doesn't mean they have overcome. You understand? They still just like Mike Tyson. He still got that in his mind. So this video was about, you know, the awareness of stopping bullies. And you know, let's stand up as representative alpha male. Let's take care of our community. Let's be the superheroes as well in our community. And no child gets bullied. That's for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless, and on to the next.